Hi, my name is Vijay Chandu. I'm from CSM branch, and today's my tech talk topic is processor allocation algorithm based on frame combining with memorization for 2D mesh CMPS. Let's go to introduction. In recent years, microprocessor CMPS are widely used across many application domains. One effective way to connect the processor in through a communication network known as network on chip (NOC), which is composed of processing elements, routers, and network interfaces. NOCs make it possible to achieve very high parallelism and bandwidth specially required for CMPS. One convenient and common way to connect this process is through a NOCs with mesh topology. Mesh networks are simple and have regular structure which makes them suitable for VLSI implementations. CMPS can be used to execute multiple applications or jobs in parallel. The processor allocator determines which processor will be assigned in the NOC to execute the incoming job. The order in which these jobs are to be executed is determine the job schedule of the operating system. There are two major process allocation schemes. The first one is continuous and second one is non-continuous. In the continuous processor allocation scheme, the processor elements allocated to a job are physically adjacent to each other in order to reduce external communication of the allocated job. This type of allocation suffers from external fragmentation that occurs when an incoming job fails to be allocated, even though there are enough free processes, which causes reduction in utilization rate of the process in the NOC. In the non-continuous allocation scheme, a job can be executed on multiple disjoint pieces, which allows a job to start up executed instead of waiting until the minimum number of adjacent pieces becomes available. One drawback of this scheme is that it increases global traffic in a network, which normally should be avoided to reduce network congestion. So, what is the background of these uh, process allocations? So, first, a normal phases and definitions. So, we get to know about normal phases and definitions here. A 2D mesh network denoted by M consists of W and H nodes are arranged in a grid with W and height H. Each node in this grid represents a process. The node is column and a row R is denoted by CR, where 0 is less than C less than W. So these are the conditions. Figure 1 shows there is a figure. It shows an example of mesh network size 6 into 6. A 2D submesh with width P and height Q in the network is denoted by two nodes, the lower left node and the upper right node. This submesh is denoted by as follows. S, for example, the submesh S1 shown in the figure 1A consists of node. The node is the lower left node and the node is the upper right node of the submesh. So a submesh S1 is represented as S0, 3, 1, 5. A busy submesh has all its nodes busy. It means executing a job. In a similar manner, every submesh is the one whose nodes are ideal or free to run new job. Therefore, a busy list is a set of all busy submeshes in the network. Similarly, the free list is a set of all free submeshes. The busy list and the free list can be used to represent the status of the network. It can also be represented by busy array or bit map, where bit 1 or 0 represents each process if it is busy or free, respectively. So it is shown in the figure 1.b. A requested job whose width and height are W and H respectively denoted by W, So here is the figure. So you can see the busy nodes in black dots and free nodes as holes and free submesh as dotted square and busy submesh as squares. Cross allocation strategies. In this section, we briefly we briefly discuss some contiguous PAs of the interest that are based on busy submesh and busy arrays. So busy submesh are frame sliding, adaptive scan, quick allocation, and right of busy submeshes, and busy arrays are first fit, best fit, improved first fit, and better first fit. So first process allocation strategy is frame sliding. In this allocation, firstly the coverage area is created, and then a frame with the size of the incoming job slides through the network horizontally or vertically with strides equal to the width and height of the incoming. This algorithm suffers from external fragmentation due to its fixed stride, and it does not guarantee complete submesh recognition. So the second one is adaptive scan. This algorithm was proposed to reduce the external fragmentation by taking horizontal and vertical strides equal to 1. However, the speed of the allocation process decreased because of the slow process of checking every node in the network. It has complete submesh recognition as it rotates the job in case of it fails to allocate with the original orientation. So the third one is quick allocation. In this algorithm, the coverage area is firstly built, and then a one-dimensional array saves the horizontal coordination of the rightmost covered node of each. Therefore, if a node is in coverage area, instead of going through each node, QA means quick allocation goes to the last covered node, avoiding wasting time of scanning unnecessary nodes. So fourth one is right of busy submeshes arrays. This allocation identifies the submeshes that are aligned with the left border of the network or the right of the allocated submeshes. The identifying process is done by sorting the allocated submeshes in non-increasing order of the y coordinate of the upper right corner. The list is scanned to determine all the nodes that cannot be used as base nodes for the requested job by subtracting them from the right borderline of the allocated submeshes. RBS is effective and shows better performance compared to adaptive scan AS and first fit using the first fit policy with the rotation ability. Therefore, in this paper, it is included in our evaluations. So the third main topic is frame combining with memorization. We propose a new algorithm based on bitmap presentation that can detect a free submesh faster by not creating coverage areas and scanning spots of the size of the incoming job in a more effective way. So the basic idea is for a requested job JWH, the available submesh should have a frame width into height free processors to allocate an incoming job. So in our proposed algorithm, a frame of size W width into height in the network moves from top of the network to the bottom and then from right to the left. In each step, the frame is scanned in a reverse way of the movement of the frame. It means row by row is scanned from left to right, starting from the bottom of the frame. If a node is busy, the algorithm saves this position for future reference to help skipping a scan of unnecessary nodes of the network. After that, the frame moves down to the next node, that unnecessary nodes of the network. Note that adjoins this busy node and restore the scanning process and so on. When the frame moves from left direction, the algorithm retrieves the position of the busy nodes and adjusts the frame to be by the left position of this busy node, and then the scanning process continues. So here I given a simple clear example about this process, and here is the diagram about memorization. So here is a pseudo code for frame combining with memorization algorithm. So in case of fail to allocate a job, J and J W comma H, and if W does not equal to H, our proposed algorithm rotates the job and try to allocate it in order to achieve complete submesh recognition. And as a proposed algorithm scans the frame of the job size and remembers some of the busy nodes found in the scanning program and call this algorithm frame combining with memorization FCM. The pseudocode of our proposed algorithm FCM is shown in this figure. So first we initialize a candidate frame of the size, the upper right frame. Second step, scan the first step we scan the candidate frame from the bottom up and from left to right. So So passing all through these conditions, we get the output. Performance evaluation. In this section, we show the performance of the newly proposed algorithm compared to our state and P algorithm. We compare to IFF and VFF algorithm that are based on bitmap representation and have faster allocation time compared to the both. So experimental framework. In order to compare independently the performance of different P algorithms, we should remove any interference like task switching or interrupting, which would influence their allocation time. Therefore, we performed a cycle accurate simulation using similar scale SS instead of using a real processor. So, by analyzing these traces files, we can identify the beginning and the end of the allocation process. As a result, we can define the accurate number of cycles that each P algorithm needs to be allocation process. So, here is the result. Several experiments have been performed for these different jobs and different mesh networks. They show that FCM has higher performance in allocating jobs compared to other PS. In this section, we show the performance of FCM algorithm compared to IFM, BFF, and RBS for allocating a small job and a big one. The small job is J with width 4 and height 2, and a big one with width 4 and height 6 in NOC sizes. In NOC sizes 10 into 10 and 30 into 30. So here next we're going to see a figure 4 which shows the average execution time in cycles for allocating a big job J 4,6 in mesh network M 10 into 10 over 50 randomly generated networks for each different occupation ratio. So observe that FCM is always the fastest one compared to the others under any occupation ratios. Moreover, the maximum average time to allocate the job using FCM algorithm that occurs when NOC occupation is 20% is lower than the time allocate the same job under the PS for any occupation ratio. So for further analysis, the same experiment for a small job size 4 into 2 has been executed. It has showed that FCM is in the average up to 3 to 5 times faster than IFF and BFF and RBS. So thank you. And here I end my presentation.